have to confess I was standing back there singing along with the last song. So Katie and I were having flashbacks to our childhood. It's really great to be here for the 5th annual Houston Disability Awareness Month kickoff, and wonderful to see so many folks here today. And I hope you have noticed over the last couple of years that as a city, as a department, the Department of Neighborhoods and the office, Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, that we are really trying to find new ways to engage all the members of the community in how we can better serve those with disabilities and better integrate those with disabilities into the wider community. And I know that a little bit later there's going to be a discussion of the Real Abilities Film Fest. Where's the Real Abilities? Yay! I loved it. I hope some of the people in the audience went to see the film fest. Come on, some of you, yes? I don't know if there are any of my council members here today, but I do see former council member Brenda Stardig, and glad to see Brenda. This is an issue that she cares deeply about and is always present. So. We are committed as a city to the principles of the Americans with Disabilities Act, which passed just less than a quarter century ago. And 3 years after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed, the City of Houston created the Houston Commission on Disabilities and the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities. So this year we celebrate the 20th anniversary of those two organizations. We always, well, now for 5 times, I say we will always, while I'm mayor, we always gather in October to celebrate Disability Awareness Month here in Houston. But it's not something that we wait all year to discuss or wait all year to do something about. As I mentioned earlier, this is something that is important for us to engage all year round, and we strive every day as a city to make this a better place for those with disabilities. One of the things that you will see in the next week, I hope, and I know the media's here, don't tell anybody. While I don't have the money in the city coffers to completely put sidewalks all across the city of Houston, we will be bringing to City Council a proposal that should greatly increase the number of sidewalks that we have in this city, and a goal that we put more sidewalks into our CIP proposals each year, and that finally, for the first time, the City of Houston acknowledges that we have a responsibility to monitor and remove hazards when we have dangerous sidewalks, which has been sort of an area of city ordinance that's fallen through the cracks, literally, those cracked sidewalks that look like that. And so while it won't solve all of our problems, it's another big step forward for the City of Houston, and I hope those of you who are interested in navigating along the city sidewalks, and I think, is that the Public Works Director in the back? Yes, our Public Works Director. He's going to be presenting this. Yeah, I appreciate Dan Kruger working with me on a step forward in how we do our sidewalks in the City of Houston, because I know how important those sidewalks are, not just for those who may be disabled, but for moms pushing strollers and people who just want to walk through their neighborhoods. And so we are going to remain committed to finding ways to assist those with disabilities. And since I mentioned, I saw Dan Kruger back there, I have been on the wheelchair basketball court with him. He is a tough competitor. Of course, it helps if you have this really giant wingspan when you're doing that. Okay, I've completely gotten off script. So now, I will go back to what I was invited to do, and that is to formally proclaim Disability Awareness Month in the city of Houston. It is Disability Awareness Month across the United States, but we take time here in Houston, and this is the 5th year we have done it, to stop and reflect on the changes in our society, the changes that have happened in Houston in the last year, and what we can do to make continued improvement. The City of Houston's goals include providing individuals with disabilities the opportunities and support to make informed choices and decisions, to live in homes and communities where they can exercise their full rights and responsibilities as citizens, pursue meaningful and productive lives, have interdependent friendships and relationships with others, and achieve full inclusion in society. This year's theme, because we are equal to the task, because we are equal to the task, is going to be the theme for the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities throughout this next year. Whereas the City of Houston salutes and commends the participants of this worthwhile endeavor and extends best wishes for a rewarding observance, therefore I, Annise D. Parker, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim the month of October as Disability Awareness Month in Houston, Texas. I'm going to present this to the Acting Director of the Mayor's Office for People with Disabilities, and let me just digress here for a moment and say that I respect Mr. Curry's work and stepping in. We are still looking for the right director. As I have in many of the positions for the City of Houston, believe it's worth taking the time to find the right person who can effectively advocate within the city and outside the city. And I think we should all thank Todd for the work he's done as the Acting Director. And now I'm going to officially present the proclamation to our Acting Director.